Welcome to the Did You Know Show. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Mark Matthews, and this week we're going to be learning a bit about Chinese history. More specifically, the origins of the Chinese Empire and its first dynasties up to the year zero. Now, a quick disclaimer. This week there are going to be some tough pronunciations, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher them. So please go easy on me in the comments. I'm really trying my best. The Chinese Empire, one of the world's oldest and most enduring civilizations, emerged along the fertile valleys of the Yellow River over 4,000 years ago. From small tribal confederations to vast imperial states, early Chinese dynasties developed political systems, cultural traditions, and technological advancements that laid the foundations for one of humanity's most continuous civilizations. The earliest known dynasty, the Shah dynasty, was around from about 2070 BC to 1600 BC and remains shrouded in legend. Ancient Chinese chronicles, particularly the records of the Grand Historian by Sima Qian, describe the Shah as the first centralized ruling house, with Yu the Great credited for controlling catastrophic floods and organizing the first hereditary monarchy. Some scholars question the Shah dynasty's existence due to scarce archaeological evidence. However, discoveries from the Erlitou culture in Henan province do suggest the presence of complex Bronze Age societies, consistent with Shah traditions. Next came the Shang dynasty. Starting in 1600 BC and ending in 1046 BC, this dynasty, unlike the Xia, has clear historical evidence through excavations at Anyang and other sites. Shang rulers maintained power through a theocratic monarchy, claiming divine authority from Shangdi, the supreme god. The dynasty is renowned for its oracle bone inscriptions, the earliest form of Chinese writing, which recorded royal divinations and laid the foundation for Chinese script. The Shang also excelled in bronze casting, producing intricate ritual vessels and weapons that reflect their technological skill and hierarchical society. After the Shang fell, the Zhou dynasty rose to power and maintained control from 1046 to 56 BC. The Zhou dynasty introduced the Mandate of Heaven, a doctrine that asserted a ruler governed with divine favor, but could lose legitimacy through tyranny or misfortune. Initially, the Zhou kings ruled through a feudal system, where noble families governed territories on their behalf. Over time, though, this decentralized structure weakened royal authority, leading to the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period, eras of intense philosophical development and political fragmentation. Thinkers such as Confucius, Lao Tzu, and Han Feizi emerged during this time, shaping moral philosophy, governance, and statecraft for centuries to come. Out of the chaos of the Warring States rose the Qin dynasty, which only lasted 15 years, from 221 to 206 BC, but managed to be one of the most impactful dynasties in Chinese history. This was China's first imperial dynasty under the rule of Qin Shi Huang. Through conquest and consolidation, Qin Shi Huang unified China politically, militarily, and culturally. One of the dynasty's most lasting achievements was the standardization of writing, currency, weights, and measures across the empire. Before unification, various regions used different scripts, currencies, and measurement systems, which hindered trade, administration, and communication. In order to standardize writing, the Qin adopted small seal script as the official form of writing, simplifying regional variations to create a uniform script used across administration, trade, and education. In order to standardize currency, the Qin introduced a standardized bronze coin, known as the banliang, round with a square hole in the center, replacing the diverse forms of currency such as knives and spades previously used in different states. This reform greatly facilitated trade and taxation. Lastly, the dynasty enforced uniform systems for measuring length, capacity, and weight, crucial for taxation, construction projects, and commerce. Surviving Qin measurement instruments reveal remarkable precision for the time. These sweeping changes helped to unite China's vast and diverse territories and laid the groundwork for what China would become. Despite these innovations, the Qin dynasty was short lived. Harsh legalist policies, heavy taxation, and forced labor for massive infrastructure projects, like the early Great Wall, caused widespread rebellions. By 206 BC, the Qin dynasty collapsed, giving way to the Han dynasty, which would rule for over 4 centuries and expand China's cultural and political influence far beyond its original heartlands. The Han dynasty was built on Qin reforms, but governed with a softer approach, blending legalist administration with Confucian ideals. Under Emperor Wu, the Han expanded China's borders, established the Silk Road, and fostered economic and cultural prosperity. By the year zero, China, under the Han, had become one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth, with a centralized bureaucracy, a flourishing economy, and a cultural identity rooted in centuries of dynastic development. From the legendary Shah to the transformative Qin and the enduring Han, the first 2 millennia of Chinese history saw the evolution of political centralization, technological innovation, and cultural unification. These early dynasties not only laid the foundations for imperial China, but also shaped East Asian civilization for centuries to come. Stay tuned for a follow up episode that will go into much more depth regarding the Han and further Chinese history. That's all for this one, so thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful day.